I will give you a brief rundown on the general things that we should be doing in releases regardless of situation. So things that we should always be looking for in the releases. And then we have our speakers talking on the specific topics that we've pulled out. So we have some updates concerning suite billing, fixed assets, electronic bank payments, and the Cash 360 app that you can see here. And we do have, I'll take over the control again for some honorable mentions, some specific updates for Germany right at the end. Okay, so for those of you who may not know NetSuite, RSM yet, just a brief overview of us as a company. RSM is one of the larger tax consulting and advisory houses in the world, resident in more than 120 countries at this point, I believe, with 6.3 billion in revenue. The primary functions that we undertake tends to be in the audit and tax. Of course, you are currently talking to some of the consulting side of the business. So we'll also see a little map of where we have our NetSuite spaces. You'll see that we cover essentially all of Europe and North America, and have a couple of residences around the world. In fact, this map is actually slightly out of date because we now also have some residences in Australia, for example, so some additionals coming in. Okay, as far as our user group goes, we do try and we need to increase our efforts, of course, to make sure that we have some good newsletters going out. These webinars are part of our attempts to do this, and we will continue to try and grow our user group as we go along. If you do want any information on that, feel free to contact me. As I indicated, my contact details will be up on the screen at the end of this presentation. Okay, a couple of notes on NetSuite releases and release process. As hopefully most of you know, the release comes every half year. We're currently in the second cycle of the year, so the 23.2 release. Important things to do. Know your upgrade date. So NetSuite assigns an upgrade date. Please make sure you know what it is. You should find it in the release portlet when you log into NetSuite. If you do need to change it, talk to your administrators, and or as administrators, make sure that you change your date to an appropriate date where it will not impact any business. Also know the dates of your release preview and do request for a release preview. You can do that under the company setup company screen. And use the release preview if you can to check any current or historical customizations that you have. Go through your processes briefly and make sure that you are ready for your upgrade. Please do also use the resources that are available. So we will be highlighting a number of topics today, but there are a bunch of other topics that may be related to you as a company or to you as a business. So make sure you just look through the release notes. I will admit that no one reads all of the release notes from cover to cover, but if you at least look through the headlines and the notes, the titles, then you'll be in a good position to make sure that you are ready for your release coming forward. Feel free to reach out to us from RSM, of course, but there's also, of course, always Suite Answers out there that has technical documentation on any of the new features coming out.
Hello, everyone. I am Leslie, a senior NetSuite consultant here at RSM, and now I'll be presenting some relevant enhancements related to fixed asset management module for 2023.2 release. So these major enhancements are the following. So we have split fully depreciated assets, bulk asset split via CSV, and some fixes on error encountered when adding column fields on fixed asset report customization. So shortly, we will dig in further on each of this enhancement. So let's start with the split of fully depreciated assets. So previously, asset split only covers new and depreciating active assets, but now you can already select fully depreciated assets on the asset split page. But take note that fully disposed or inactive assets are still not supported. Okay. So next one is a bulk asset split via CSV. We can only have the asset split via user interface before, but with this new enhancement, you will be able to find on the asset split page the button called Import CSV, wherein when you click this button, you will be routed to this page, the bulk asset split, wherein you can also download the sample file that you can use to upload on this the same page. Okay. So on the right side, you can see a snippet of how the CSV template looks like. At minimum, you can just populate the asset internal ID, and the quantity, and then you can just let the system automatically calculate the other column fields as you upload this template. Okay. And yep, lastly, we have this improved validation for fixed asset report template customization. So as a recap first, we create a customized report for fixed asset via this navigation path. And you have an option to add additional columns by clicking this add column button. So as you click that, you can use or you can add additional column or fields on this page. And before, kindly go to the next slide. Okay, thank you. So before, when a user add this additional custom fields, the users encountered these errors, the dupe custom field, and the invalid key or reference error. So NetSuite already fixes this error back end. And for the invalid key reference, this is due to adding a custom field that is a dynamic type of field. So meaning the store value option is unticked on this field setup. So in case that you select a custom field that is dynamic, you will be encountering this message saying that the source field is not supported for custom report columns. So a sample here is the cumulative depreciation field on the fixed asset record. Okay, so that's it for this enhancements. To summarize, what's NetSuite today is asset split can only be done via UI and doesn't support the fully depreciated assets. But now, fully depreciated assets can already be splitted, as well as CSV import is also supported for the asset split. A limitation for that is disposed or inactive assets is still not supported by the asset split. Okay. And the errors encountered for the fixed asset report is already fixed also. So this will help the users to easily customize the fixed asset reports. Okay. So prerequisites, of course, you need to have the 2023.2 version of your NetSuite account.